Come on, Gwyn. You can do it. Be interesting. Be interesting. But what is interesting? That's the question. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, sometimes I find myself deeply and vastly uninteresting. And that question could not be shaken from me. I was at church just a couple days ago and I could not shake this question from me of what is interesting. Why do we find certain things interesting? Why do we categorize certain things as interesting? Why do I find Doctor Who or Panic at the Disco or World War II interesting? Why do you find me interesting? We're going to try and answer that today. Our friend Google, who both knows everything and knows nothing, defines interesting as arousing curiosity or interest and catching or holding the attention. And did you know that what catches and holds our attention is actually one of the most intensely studied topics in psychology and cognitive neuroscience? Yes, I know that sounds fancy. But it's really just really honestly and truly confusing. And what I've decided for myself is that what we find interesting depends on one or more of these 5 variables, not all at once, obviously, but you can pick and choose at your own leisure. The first 2 I'm going to be talking about are what your personal beliefs might be and what other people around you believe and think, focusing more on the latter than the former, because, like everything in life, other people are what shape you. This is why you give certain things a passing glance, but why you deeply care about and are interested in other things. You are influenced the moment you're born. Well, not the moment you're born, but you know the point I'm trying to make. To know and think about certain things. But that doesn't mean you don't have free will. Oh no, because you can also decide to do the exact opposite of what you're told to like. Oh, people, how we delight in not doing what we're told to do. As the author John Green once wisely put, we choose what we care about, but ultimately, we are of other people's opinions. Now on to my third point of why we find things interesting, because we want to be a part of it. Or, and this point is really going out to all the readers, we want to be transported into it. Just like with a book, for whatever reason being, you can imagine yourself in this world or with these people or in that time or place or lifestyle, and you want to be a part of it. You become so captivated by something, and often that passion is stronger the more you want to be away from what's happening in your quote-unquote average lifestyle. We often work toward and learn more about what we want to be a part of, what we find more interesting than our own lives. And to my 4th and shortest point, we cannot stop talking or thinking about it. Something strikes a chord with us personally or can haunt or disturb us so greatly to the point where we can't stop talking or thinking about whatever the subject may be. And I think that one may or may not have gone out to the writers out there. You can safely say you're interested in something if you can't stop talking or thinking about it. It's like brain crack, except not. Now, to my final point. How difficult or easy it is to comprehend something. Often we find ourselves interested when it comes easy to us, or when we can't wrap our freaking heads around it and it makes us go crazy. This is often the case if you're going with the easy side of things. Why you see more people nowadays interested in, say, Jersey Shore rather than William Shakespeare or particle physics. Sometimes the less brain power something requires, the better, honestly. You know that's true, I know that's true. We don't like to think usually. And I know that's something that you may think is degrading to the human race, but you gotta be honest, sometimes we don't want to use our brains, even though we're destined to, because we're humans and that's what we were born to do. But moving on to the other side of things, this is also why, if you have ever seen the movie Inception, which I recommend you do if you haven't seen it, you promptly watch it again. I don't care who you are, I know you did. The difficult and complicated and not normal fascinate us humans because we are in love with normalcy and things staying the way they always have. And when something makes us scratch our head and go, huh? We want to go and check it out. And that concludes my explanation on the topic of interesting and why we find things interesting. And I hope you found my points valid or correct in any way. And was this an excuse to make a video that had a bunch of complicated messages in it? Maybe. I'm really bad at organizing my thoughts. And the ultimate message really is keep loving what you love, even if you don't really know why you love it. And hey, maybe you'll go out and be willing to find more things and more interesting things and give more things a chance and find more things interesting and be willing to learn more and experience things more and maybe love what you love even more. Whatever you gained from this, I hope you found it interesting, whatever the hell that means. And if you'd like to continue this or tell me I'm a blathering idiot, I really recommend you do so in the comments below. Also, one more thing. I have a pineapple. Just thought that'd be interesting to share. Love you guys, and DFTBA.